Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Ninja Steel armored figures. So these are kind of an interesting case. They're like 5-ish inch figures that come with these armors that are removable, and they can also just sort of expand out and be placed on their hands for various action. In the case of Elephant, you get this little two-piece thing you put together to put on it like a windmill. But so obviously, if you're familiar with the show, you can tell that these are their Ninja Master Mode, and we're actually going to get regular figures from them. So like the main unique thing about this line are the individual little robot figures. So from the ones we know we're getting, I know we're getting white, we're getting a little blue dragon one, and we're getting red bot, or at least, you know, the Red Ranger Zord. I don't know if we've seen any more beyond that, but I'm hoping we get like, you know, UFO Maru or the Astro Zord now, and Surfer Maru. Maybe a weird Dino Maru one, I don't know, and like Rodeo Maru. So like that's like my main draw. But anyway, let's go ahead and just take a look at them. We'll just start with the basic one here with red. So they have the armor on, as you can see, just blurry. No, but they don't look half bad. I mean, the armor is it's kind of cumbersome in general. It's coming off here, but it looks a little bit more cumbersome than in the show, especially when you see like the regular figures. And as you see, it just comes off. It snaps in right back here, which I really feel it needs more securing areas. Like, I kind of wish it was like the Gaim figures, or I think even X-Aids has the two little notches up here, just to keep it more secure. But as for the figures, like just on their own, they're actually not bad. I mean, considering usually how lesser the non-main figures are for other things, these are pretty decent. They're like basically on the line of the core 5 inches. You can even move their head, some decent articulation. It's pretty much the same articulation, except for the fact that this hand is weird because you get the twisty gimmick here by twisting him. But it's not a bad looking figure, a bit different proportionately, but still. And so it's like its other main gimmick is being able to take this armor and fold it out like a ninja star. And then you put it on his hand here. There's a little giant peg thing here. A little giant peg thing. Wow. I am the greatest at talking. And you basically do this. Kia! So that's like seconds of fun. So that's a bit, and then, you know, you put the armor over him like that. Snatches in. I almost said snatches in. Snaps in back here. It definitely needs a better secured bit, because like it basically only secures in the back, and then you're still flapping in the front. You know how it is. There we go. So yeah, like it doesn't look bad, but given that we're getting figures for these already, it seems pretty unnecessary. I mean, I guess maybe their thinking was, well, hey, let's sell some more toys. But also, it was probably like, well, this is like an armor we can actually have people put on. Because, like, I mean, I guess you could have done that with Dino Charge's first ones, but you couldn't really do that with Samurai's. So, yeah. Here's Blues. Again, it's got actual decent articulation. Not a terrible looking figure. I actually really appreciate the matte finish they even continue on these. So, and then armor thing. Let's do it. Oh, what's happening? I can't even do the most simple thing, and there's like really no need to show this because it's like the same thing I just showed in a different color. Literally. I mean, there's no need for it really when we think about it. Okay, there we go. My God. I almost just decided to stop, but then I'm like, no, this will not be the thing that defeats me. The thing that will defeat me is the fact that I thought that Oshi and Okami Voyagers could not become arms. So yeah, okay, I'm done with you. Damn it, Preston, you're supposed to know more magic than this. You need to go to Break Bills. So yeah, that's a thing. So now on to the actual main event, which is the reason I was quote-unquote excited for this little line. Maybe excited's too big of a word, but so you get this little Elephant Zord Robo guy. He has an armor thingy on him just like the others, but it is removable, as is this little elephant piece. But it looks kind of neat with the armor on him. It's even got little cannons on there, which is like what his design is. But we'll take that off for a second. So then you just have the Robo here, and then you can take off the elephant piece like I just showed, and snap it on the front. So you basically get a little elephant figure. And honestly, this is what I was looking forward to. I kind of dig this, because I do like the Autominin Robo designs, so it's neat to have a little figure of them. And it's got pretty decent articulation, and it doesn't have a you know, spinning gimmick that's like the Rangers where you have to twist them, that he does it. So you get regular articulation pretty much on the level of a 5-inch figure. Not the most like robust details, but I think he's pretty solid looking, and I'm happy with him for wanting this. And like I said, I hope we get ones for the other auxiliaries, because like I said, I know we're getting red and blues, but I hope we get them for UFO and Surfer and maybe even Dinosaur just to complete it, and Rodeo and stuff like that. So that's neat. And he can go in the Megazord, which is something they feature, which I will show in a second. But just to show the seconds of fun, you can also mix and match if you want, which I guess is another funish element of this line. Again, using the word fun loosely. And let's take off his elephant. That sounded weird, because I was gonna say peace, and then like I just stopped myself. So yeah, that's not bad. I actually wouldn't have been mad at that as a in-show mode. Like, honestly, that would be cool if like he wore this when they had that auxiliary Zord in. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But at least that's a thing. I think that's probably one of the more redeeming portions of this. Of course, I almost completely forgot to mention Elephant's gimmick. You basically just take these two pieces, put them together, snap the little spinny thing on there, and you get like kind of a spinny windmill thing like I'd mentioned. I got so excited about the mediocrity I forgot to show it. Alright, back to the regular review. In terms of like justifying why they did that for everything. Okay, so we'll just set all this aside for a second. We can bring it back in later, maybe, maybe not. Probably not. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So basically, you can put it in the Megazord. So I got basically an empty Megazord here with a helmet on for Rumble Tusk. But I want to take it off now, otherwise I won't be able to get it on there. I just did it so I won't forget it. That sounded weird. Okay. So this might take a little finagling. So he can sit in there just like any other 5-inch figure, just like they advertise. He's going to be a bit blurry for a second, but it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter if he's a little bit censored while I'm putting him in the seat. That sounded. So you can put him in there. It's going to take some slight finagling, like just because I have to get it right so that, and it still might not be 100% right, but I have to get it so that he can put on his chest and then his head. And it's still probably going to be a little bit off, to be honest. Like the head will be a little bit off. I can feel it already. There you go, and put the head on there. And obviously, it should be obvious to you, this is going to be really imperfect, I'm sorry, but that you can do this with the Rumble Tusk proper as well, like if you want to use the full-on green one, if you own it. So yeah, you can do that, which I guess is kind of a neat thing. Like, the way I felt it was talked about when we first saw these is almost like these figures were the substitute for not having individual releases. But that's just not true, because unless there's something in the box I threw away, or something everyone else has got that I haven't seen, or something, you still need this headpiece to make the proper Zord, not to mention the axes. So yeah, it's neat you can do that, but if you want to make like the regular formation, you still need to buy both Megazords. Like, it could have honestly been neat if I don't expect them to include the weapon that it would hold, but if they included basically this disc with it, that would have been a cool solution. Honestly, would it have been perfect? No, but it would have been a really cool solution for making you buy a full Megazord and actually give people this second other solution. But anyway, overall, this line's kind of just okay. Honestly, I can't really recommend picking up these guys, mainly because we are getting standard 5-inch figure versions of them, which look pretty good. But if you are like me and you're kind of into the little robo figures, I can recommend at least checking it out. They're not like the best thing ever, like the best of the line, but they're neat enough that I think that if someone else was along the same line of thinking as me, you'd think they were neat. The mix and match thing is kind of cool, but otherwise I think the only thing this line is good for is little figures of the robos. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you have the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrebels.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.